capturing the awe of the Apollo 11 landing from an older person's perspective. They say there are moments in life that never leave you, snapshots of time, so powerful they get etched into the soul. For me, it was July 20th, 1969. I was 24 years old, sitting on a squeaky couch in my parents' living room, staring at a grainy black and white TV screen. And that night, I watched a man walk on the moon. You have to understand, space wasn't just the final frontier. It was a dream, a wild, impossible, magical dream. And somehow, we were living it. I remember the heat that summer, the cicadas humming outside the window. We didn't have air conditioning, just fans and open windows. And all across the neighborhood, folks were doing the same thing, watching, waiting. The whole world had paused. Even the kids, my younger cousins, noisy as they were, sat still, eyes wide, because this wasn't just a news report. This was history being born. When Neil Armstrong's boot touched that dusty, alien soil, there was silence in the room. Not disbelief, not confusion, just awe. The kind that wraps around your spine and makes your skin tingle. The kind that reminds you, this life is so much bigger than we can grasp. One small step for man, he said, and I'll never forget how my father whispered, almost to himself, and a giant leap for all of us. We cried. I'm not ashamed to admit it. My mother reached for a handkerchief. My uncle clapped softly. Even my tough-as-nails grandfather, who fought in World War II and never showed emotion, he wiped his eyes when Buzz Aldrin joined Armstrong on the surface. Because in that moment, they weren't just astronauts. They were symbols of what humanity could be. Bold, united, curious. Just awe. I remember stepping outside after the broadcast ended. The moon was bright that night, hung like a silver coin in the sky. And I just stared up at it, feeling for the first time like maybe the impossible wasn't so far away. Maybe we weren't as small as we thought. In 1969, the world was complicated. There was war, protests, change in the air. But for a few precious hours, it felt like we all looked in the same direction. Up. No borders, no arguments, just wonder. That's what I want my grandchildren to understand. Not just the science, not just the rocket or the flag, but the feeling. That glowing, humbling, electrifying awe. Sometimes my granddaughter asks me, Grandpa, what was it like when people first walked on the moon? And I smile, because how do you explain magic? I tell her the truth. I say, sweetheart, the world stood still, and we watched dreams come true, in real time. That moment didn't just change space exploration, it changed us. It reminded us that imagination is not childish, it's essential. It reminded us that when we work together, when we believe in something bigger than ourselves, we can reach the stars. Years have passed, technology has soared. We carry the internet in our pockets and send probes to Mars. But for me, that night in 1969 remains one of the purest, most powerful memories I carry. Not because it was flashy, but because it gave us hope. Hope that we could rise above, that we could look up and keep reaching. So if you ever feel small, or the world feels too heavy, go outside, look at the moon, and remember, once not too long ago, we went there, and it all began with a group of people who dared to believe we could, and one young man sitting on a couch who looked up and never saw the world the same way again. And if you're watching this now, you're part of that same story.